Hi, I'm Kendra with WTMAstrology, and today I am talking about Taurus and Leo compatibility. Um, this one is a really funny combination to me, and I'm excited to talk about it because I see such pronounced differences. This is a square aspect. Taurus and Leo are 90 degrees away from one another in the zodiac, so there are some very, very pronounced differences between these two signs. There are some things that can indicate compatibility, things that they do have. Overall, to me, it's kind of a funny dynamic between these two signs. They are both fixed signs. Taurus is fixed earth, Leo is fixed fire. So they both have that stubborn streak. Fixed is just very stubborn energy. They're very fixed in their thinking about things. So Leo's going to be, fixed passion. So, fire is going to be passion. So it's going to be fixed passion. So extreme willpower, really in your face willpower. And then you have Taurus, which is, fixed earth. So fixed methods, fixed kind of routine, fixed way of doing things. So the square between Taurus and Leo, the square between any two signs really, is going to show attraction. Usually, like, it really will depend on if you are the kind of person and if your birth chart predisposes you to liking a challenge. But generally, you're going to be pretty attracted to your square sign. You're going to feel the differences between the two of you, and you're going to feel the differences between the two of you, and you're going to be really drawn to that person because of those differences. So there's a lot of immediate attraction that can happen between Taurus and Leo. And some of the things that really can bring these two together are that they both have an interest in aesthetics. They both have an interest in aesthetics. Taurus is a very visual sign. They really enjoy beauty. They enjoy sensuality, all the Venusian things. So they're interested in aesthetics in that really Venusian way. And they enjoy being beautiful. They enjoy carrying themselves, taking good care of their hygiene, smelling good, looking good. That's going to be Taurus. Then you have Leo, and Leo is more about aesthetics in a bit more of a flashy way. Leo's the creative energy of the zodiac, ruled by the sun naturally. So this is going to be a little bit more flamboyant. It's going to be a little bit more about drawing attention to the self and the self's creative expression. I'm not trying to say in an arrogant way or anything, but it is about, Leo is a sign that's very focused on creative self-expression. So it's going to be really flamboyant. So they can really appreciate each other because they'll both have that sense of aesthetics. So Leo really is drawn to a partner who will make them look good in some way. And Taurus, being that they're so connected to aesthetics and they're so connected to beauty and they're so Venusian, that's a partner who could look really good for Leo. They can make them look really good. And then Taurus is just going to naturally appreciate the beauty of Leo and the creative expression of Leo. And, they are actually both creative in different ways. Venus rules art. So Venus can really, or Taurus can really appreciate Leo as, a human work of art. Just really appreciating and taking in those aesthetic details that Leo can show them. So there is a very almost kind of surface level, vanity-oriented attraction between Taurus and Leo right off the bat, because they're drawn to each other in a physical way. They find each other beautiful. Then we have just the fact that they both appreciate the finer things in life. Taurus, again, ruled by Venus, very sensual, really enjoys food that tastes good, really enjoys having sensual experiences, etc. And then you have Leo, who's just, they're extra, they really like to have those experiences. They really like to be flashy. They really like to take their partner to places that are going to be, they like to kind of show off that they have wealth. They like to kind of show off that they have this wealth and take their partner to beautiful or expensive places. It's really more about like this flamboyant experience that Leo can offer, and they really enjoy those flamboyant, flashy experiences. They like to impress and they like to be impressed. So whether they are the ones giving this experience or receiving this experience, they're both going to be enjoying these experiences, fine dining and things of that nature. I can envision these two really appreciating each other for what they can offer in a more material way. And I think that a lot of the attraction between these two is going to be largely rooted in the material. It's not going to be so much about compatibility once they get to know each other a little better. There can be a lot of butting heads, but there is a lot of physical draw and feeling that, you know, Taurus can feel like this is a beautiful object that I would love to possess, and Leo can be like, this person would look good on my arm. They would look good. If I took them out in public, they would make me look better. So I feel like it can be, and of course, there are things in, the two charts together, which, I do offer relationship readings that would give a lot more insight into this, but I feel like just the signs of Taurus and Leo would be really interested in each other in a very surface level and material kind of way at first. So the things that can present issues in the Taurus and Leo dynamic is, again, they're both fixed. Taurus has a very set way of doing things, very set methods, set routine. Taurus doesn't like to deviate a whole lot from the plan. And Leo is intensity of will, extreme intensity of will. They will say things like, I'm going to make this happen. I don't care what I have to do. I will make it happen. And they will outright ask you, what do I need to do to make this happen? Because they are just so determined and they want to know what it is. They want to figure it out. So Taurus is unbending. Taurus is not going to give Leo, they're not going to give Leo any leeway. If Taurus has made up their mind, they're not going to allow Leo to erode them, but that's what Leo's all about. Leo is all about meeting those walls and breaking them down with that intensity of will. But in Taurus, they made a formidable opponent because Taurus does not bend easily. Once they've made up their mind, they're pretty set in their decision about certain things. So there can be a lot of butting heads because Taurus just has these set ways of doing things, and they really have ideas about the way things should be done, can be rather traditional. And Leo is just really trying to break that down. It doesn't have to be in an obnoxious way, but Leo doesn't understand the meaning of the word no. And that sounds kind of bad, but they just hear no as more of a challenge. They hear no and they think, okay, I haven't found the right way yet, but I'm going to. And they don't quite realize that may never happen with Taurus. Another thing that can present issues is that Taurus is very grounded, very down to earth. And they don't really like a spectacle. Taurus appreciates the finer things in life for the actual physical experience. It's more about them enjoying it than being seen enjoying it. It's more about those physical sensations than it is about the image, whereas Leo is really about projecting that creative self-expression, projecting that kind of image. So Taurus isn't necessarily the type that really wants to be shown off. It can make them feel good. It can, give them a little bit of an ego rub. It's not going to be necessarily really frowned on. Everybody likes to get a little bit of an ego boost. But Leo loves to show off their partner. They really like to, again, they like to be seen with someone who's beautiful, someone who has a good aesthetic taste and things like that. So Leo may try to show Taurus off. And with my Venus and Taurus, I've experienced this dynamic with men who have Venus in Leo. And of course, it's not the same as the sun sign, but these videos are really about anytime these energies are interacting with one another. So this is still a good example. He really liked to be seen touching me in public and kissing me and showing a lot of public physical affection. And I really liked this guy, but I just did not want to be turned into a spectacle. I did not want to be perceived as the pretty thing that he had with him. I wasn't interested in that. You know, I am an Aries as well, so um, it rubbed me the wrong way, being treated as, you know, something that would kind of enhance his image, and I wouldn't have it. And so I would just kind of not make a scene or anything, but I would just find a way to leave that situation and be on my own. And that can be that can feel like a hit to Leo. They can get their feelings hurt by that, just, or their pride hurt, just feeling like Taurus is not interested in them because they're not interested in making a scene. And Leo loves to make a scene. I'm not talking crap about Leo. Leo is a dramatic sign. They have vibrant self-expression, and that is not something that's bad at all. Like, Leo is really bringing something to the table in the zodiac, but Taurus does not want to be a vessel for that. Taurus is just too down to earth. They're not really dramatic like that. They don't have that kind of innate sense of drama and flair that Leo has. While they have the aesthetics, they don't really have the pizzazz and the sparkle going on like Leo does, and they don't want to really be the center of attention all the time. So that can be a place where Taurus and Leo butt heads, and they can misunderstand one another because Taurus is feeling almost like they're being treated like an object, and Leo is feeling like Taurus doesn't like them because they're not responding with the same kind of drama and the same kind of wanting to be the center of attention, not wanting to make them look good or be that pretty thing on their arm, when in reality they both like each other, but it just have very different approaches. So that was the end of my Taurus and Leo compatibility video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I did want to remind you once again that I do have relationship readings in my store, and I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video. You know, I have the full 90-minute relationship readings, and I also have the mini relationship readings, which is really just going over the highlights and the things that really stand out to me about your relationship. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day.